Welcome to Chris and Carlette Live, a podcast about life, love, and overcoming obstacles. Each week, we discuss the good, the bad, and the indifferent of life's interruptions. Now, here's your host, Chris and Carlette.
Keep believing, don't go stressing, keep it moving. God, we're resting, here to help you, here to bless you. With God on our side, CNC Life.
All right, we are back. You can't hear me?
Mm-mm.
You can't hear me, of all people.
Everything's plugged in. I can't hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay.
All right.
Am I muted?
Hold on while we figure out these technical difficulties. Oh. There we go.
Hey, there we go. Just like that.
Yeah, it's because of your show that we do that I have to reconfigure everything and
Okay.
the what is it called? The Canning with Carlette.
Canning
So tell
with
us about
Carlette.
that.
It was a actual success, another success. I'm grateful. It was class number 5. We did applesauce, we did caramel apple jam, and we did apple tart with a twist. So it not only was it canning with Carlette, it was baking with Carlette, and I shared a recipe that I do that I love actually. But the twist was, instead of a regular dough, I did it with a cinnamon roll dough. How about that? So, I'm grateful. It was really good. Okay. So double. She says she's hearing double.
Okay.
So, we had people to participate, some registered just to have access to the video. And that's the good thing about it. When you register for Canning with Carlette for that particular class, after the class is over, you are then sent the video because it is recorded. We do go live, and it is recorded, and you can have it so you can watch it over and over again. If you want to make the recipes over again, something you didn't catch, something you may not remember, or some tips that I shared, and you have full access. Some people cannot attend the class live, but they will, again, register for access to the video, and they can watch and can on their own time. But you are also given a supply list of what you need for every recipe, every piece of equipment, every tool, and just want to equip the people. So far, we've done strawberry preserves, we've done salsa, marinara sauce. We've done stewed tomatoes. We have canned fresh corn and fresh green beans. We have done pico de gallo. We have done peaches, and then of course this time we dealt with apples. So,
Okay. All right.
Anybody want to join? Actually, our next class is in November 13th, and we will be doing cranberry sauce as well as another dessert that I will be sharing. That's again near to dear to my heart, and you can go to my page, Chris's page, whichever one, and get on that Eventbrite link and register for the next class.
There it is.
Yep, there it is. All right, so listen.
Oh, wait.
What happened?
I'm trying to get this lower third to come up here. Let's see here. Switch. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So you don't like this new look of?
No, I don't. It makes you look older. I like the goatee. We're going to stick with that.
What
He's trying to do is growing his beard, is growing in white, with specks of black, so more salt and pepper. But I prefer the goatee. Not that he looks bad. It just, to me, it ages him. And some people can do it. I don't prefer that look on you.
So
it's some things you don't prefer that I do, such as, i.e., I don't wear hats to church because of you. So since I gave up hats, I think you can give up the gray beard. How about that?
So what you're telling me?
I think that's an equal exchange. I mean, I can get away with a fascinator with you every now and then. Maybe I had it, but on a consistent basis, no.
So I think, so I can't keep, so you want me to cut it off tonight?
it's up to you.
I
when
was
you
trying
want
to see
cut it
if-
off.
how it looked, because
No, it just I really gotta look.
Pastor
when
J's my bill.
That's your bill, and it looks amazing on him. I had to give it to my brother. He looks good with it. I just don't think that's the look for you.
Terrence is on
I can imagine.
chiming in.
Okay.
All right, so I guess that's it for me then, because you don't like my new look, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it.
If you want to keep it, that's on you. I can't say I will compliment you on it or something. I'm not saying you look bad or not. I just think it ages you. That's all I'm saying.
You don't want an older man.
You're old enough for me.
You don't like
The
that.
age gap that we have is enough. I don't need.
Baby, back in the day, you used to.
Listen, the
Yeah.
devil is a lie. We are not doing that.
But I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying, like.
You need me to take the headphones off and leave. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, because it can happen.
No, I'm just saying, not to, I'm just saying,
What? Really?
like, if you like an older man, then, like, you don't want me to keep it? Okay. All right, I'll cut it off.
I just did a countdown in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. Okay.
All right, well, we have guests that are patiently waiting.
We do, but before we go on to that, we must, and I mean must mention of the first Black U.S. Secretary of State, Colin Powell, General Colin Powell.
Yeah, I woke up to that news this morning.
Yeah, that made my mouth drop. Evan was like, "What's going on?" And to try to explain that to him, he was like, "Who's that?" But yeah. But when you read more into the story, the first thing was complications of COVID-19. Well, in addition to that, he had also had multiple myeloma, which is a form of cancer of the plasma cells that suppresses your body's immune system. So you got that going on. You got COVID going on. It affects your immune system. So it's like a double hit, really.
I just wonder how he got COVID.
And he was vaccinated.
Yeah,
he was vaccinated.
Amazing.
But again, you have to look at the other situation that was going on.
He was a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
for all the Kappas, noobs out there.
Yeah.
I wonder, are they going to do something special for him?
You talking about the Kappas?
Mm-hmm.
That would be good.
Yeah, that would be. All right.
That would be good.
Go ahead, baby. Introduce our guest.
Well,
oh, you got something else?
I'm trying to get. I don't know why it's not allowing me to pull up stuff.
What are you trying to do?
Because I watch on here and watch the comments. So
Just
we
watch
can
it
talk,
on there.
I guess. Okay. So listen, we have been planning this for some time now, that we do a book review of Chris and our book, Life's Interruptions, His Beauty, Her Battle. Okay. And we had very good response. People read the book quickly, some in a day, men and women. I just got a message, someone else just purchased the book. And we want to do a roundtable discussion, to have people that come on that completed the book and, talk about it, talk about the book, what they thought of the book. And we talk about it. It's also an opportunity to ask some questions, because I remember when our one particular guest said, I have questions. I said, save it for the roundtable. So we are here for that. We will give some information, but some stuff, guys, you have to go and buy the book. And like I said before, if everybody purchased a book that said they were going to, we would be sold out. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So please welcome. Okay, please welcome. We have two guests on. We have Mrs. Kecia Blakely, and we have the pastor, Gary Bush.
He's a second timer.
Yes, he
is.
Yes, he is. He has been on guest on here before. Share wisdom.
I wish we had
with us.
What's the little thing that was Madison on Sirius when we have first time guests, he rings
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah. Wait, oh,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
wait, 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 wait,
What do you
wait.
have?
Uh-oh.
You
I
have
got
something.
something. Let's see here. Let's see here. We're gonna play this one. First time guests.
Okay. All right.
I'll take that.
Let's see what. Hey, we have Pastor Bush. We're gonna play this one.
What?
Look, praise
Right.
strength, praise strength. Listen,
Okay,
he only
okay.
got 30 minutes.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on. So
I thought you were
listen,
getting ready to play a Church of God in Christ anthem.
Church. Yeah.
right,
Uh-huh.
the anthem.
Well,
He hasn't built that one in yet. Give him time.
this is the Church of
There you
God.
go.
Wait, do you want the old version or the new version of that
Right.
song?
Only,
Right.
only the old version.
Only the
old
I'm
version.
with you on that. Yes, I am with you on that.
The
So-
old authentic version.
Authentic version.
Authentic.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, I promise you, the first time I heard the remix, as I call it, I was like, well, who did this? I'm like, okay, let's go with it. So, thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you all for supporting us.
Yes.
Definitely supporting
you.
us, being there. I remember when Kecia got her book, she called me several times while she was reading it. Oh my God, did this really happen? Yes, sweetie, it happened. This is a real book. This is a real story. And versus Pastor Bush, he was like, I know it to be true because I was there. I know it to be because his name is mentioned in this book, him and his wife. And I'm telling you, let's just dive in. Let's dive in. Okay. So this book, of course, is written. You heard two perspectives. You heard his perspective and mine, but you heard more of his because there are a lot of support groups for us women who were diagnosed with breast cancer, going through it. There's plenty of support groups. My husband, I remember him saying, and I mentioned it in the book, that he felt like I was joining a sorority because instantly it was like things, all kind of support. Oh, join this group, do this. Oh, we're gonna put you with this, and you start getting pink everything and ribbons and pins and T-shirts and boas and the feather boa. Matter of fact, I gotta get me a new one. And it was just one thing after another. Bags, socks. I'm telling you, I got a lot of stuff. I even got oven mitts. Okay, so it was so much, but he wanted to write this book for the audience that seemed to not have a voice or that seemed to be hurting in silence because they're trying to be strong for the one that is going through it. Now, I can easily say, you take me out the story, there is no story, which is true. But his side is strong as well because it is hard to go through this, let alone with a support group. But I can't imagine without. I cannot imagine without. So that's what I want to start it off with as far as why we did it. That was our why. To give voice to maybe the voiceless, to let them know you're not the only one. Because, people may feel cornered or alone in this by themselves when there's a lot of people suffering in silence when going through something like this.
Yes.
So, how
I mean, this is the Carlette Live show, so
Chris?
Ah.
no, I mean,
Well, I'll say something.
Oh,
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
Sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that when you were saying, Carlette, when I called you and I was just like, wow, did this really happen? It was because of that reason. The person that's experiencing the cancer is glamorized, we can say, right? And the person that, like, the spouse that becomes the caregiver, the helper, is not heard. And so for me to actually hear, it was very just raw and authentic, of how Chris felt in this story, I was just like, really? This happened?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't really hear those stories a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Even as a mental health counselor, a lot of times this particular population don't want to come in. Men don't want to come in because they want to be seen as the fixer. They
Right.
want to be known as the hero. And so they don't come and get that help that they need. And so that's why I was thoroughly shocked when I read the story and heard his side of it. So, yeah.
So let me ask you this. At that time, that was the year it was 2000. Oh Lord. It was 2006 to 2007. Okay. Were you in the family yet? Were you married into the
Um,
family yet?
I wasn't married till 2008, but I was definitely in the family a little bit.
Okay. Okay. No, and I say that because I was trying to remember. I'm like, when did I really meet her? So, and I remember I met you at a family reunion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And y'all
Yeah.
were married by then, and I wasn't invited to
Yes,
the
we
wedding.
were.
Okay. So, and I wasn't invited to Pastor Gary's either.
Whoa.
Okay. So,
Oh.
listen. Okay. So, what do you have to say, Pastor Bush?
Wow. Well, my experience was different from Kecia's because it was a very, first of all, the book is excellently written.
Hmm.
Thank you.
I read it over 2 nights. I read half the first night, second half the second night. And what was so emotional about reading it was as if we were reliving it
Mm.
Wow.
as I was reading it because you have to remember I got really close to you guys
Mm-hmm.
when Sandra first she introduced me to you guys and we start hanging out a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and so close to you guys that it's funny that sometimes I have to remember that you guys are my cousins by marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was reading the book, the memories just started coming back of actually walking through. I would read something and I would say, I remember that. And I
Mm-hmm.
would read something else and say, I remember that. And it was just amazing. It was amazing.
Wow.
You guys did an excellent
I,
job reading this book. Excuse me, writing this book.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
Excellent.
you. Thank you.
I was gonna say that what Pastor Gary was just said about reliving it. It was interesting, even in the story. I know a portion of it, and I definitely won't reveal too much because people need to read it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But part of Chris's story was inclusive of him reliving a family member having a cancer and then him having to experience with his spouse. And in the mental health field, a lot of people experience that, what we call PTSDs, post traumatic
Mm-hmm.
stress disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And what Pastor Gary Bush just talked about was what we call the flashbulb effect. Something triggers a memory and
Mm-hmm.
you relive that emotion, you relive what you felt, you relive all of that. For instance, if I asked you, what was you doing on 9/11? We all
Mm-hmm.
have some
Mm-hmm.
memory of what happened. We could probably tell very vivid details about what
Mhm.
happened. And so when I was reading that part with Chris, I was like, oh my God, I could only imagine how this situation took him back to begin to feel all type of emotions, not just for his spouse, but a previous family member. And a
Right.
lot of people go through that when they are caregivers of someone that's experiencing this. But yeah,
Now,
that's
I
all I'll
will
say about
tell
that.
you this to add to about the PTSD or the flash bulb, um,
Yep. Hmm.
is that when you come out of this, and I think I explained it in the book. While you're
Hmm.
in it, you kind of, for me, it's like I was kind of floating through it.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay,
Mhm.
and I know that was all God,
Hmm.
but yet I felt a sense of safety
Uh-huh.
because it's like, well, I'm in treatment. I'm actively in treatment. It's being handled. We're fighting this, that, and the other. But as soon as that treatment ends, then you have to
Yes.
start life after.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I talked about that in the book.
Yes,
Life
you did.
after is real. and so is
Yes.
PTSD, and so is the moments and the triggers and the reminders, but so is God. And
Yes.
learning how to know when to insert God, and because the fear can take you, can overtake you. And the thing about it is that every year, when you come out, you have to what they call surveillance, and you do that like every 6 months. And then, if all is well, after so many months, so many years,